Yeah, they love it.
Must be a WeChat thing.
Your face is a new QR code. Hello and welcome to episode 95 of the Lazy Couch Podcast. It's a podcast that gives you all you need to know about technology and so much more. My name is Geoff Kim, and oh my god, they killed Star Wars!
My name is Kelvin Lee, and KFP was the best thing to come out of The Last Jedi.
What the hell is a KFP?
You know, I saw a t-shirt that had Chewie on it, and it says Kentucky Fried Pork.
Porg. Your pork would be better.
Yeah,
like those little puffin burgers.
What's a puffin?
You don't know what a puffin is?
No, is that a kind of penguin?
Yeah, maybe it's a mix between a penguin and a muffin. No, it's well, they live off the coast of Ireland in that Skellig Michael Island where they shot that scene. You know the what's that island called? Whatever the
Jedi Temple.
Wherever
Island.
Luke is hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you watched it for the second time. Was it better?
Yeah, 100 times better, man. Like
100.
Yeah, easily. I think, unfortunately, it is actually one of those movies that you have to actually watch it multiple times to
bloody Disney
understand it. And yeah, like I said last week, that's a ploy. I think that's a new Disney ploy. Although I don't think it's working though.
How did they do it? How did they make you go back?
It is. I think it was the second biggest opening of all time, but also it's been the second biggest drop, or the biggest drop actually, in terms of raw dollars from the first week to the second week.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's got such a bad rap. I mean, like, I'm not buying into the whole Star Wars is dead sort of sentiment that's going around the internet right now, because that's just stupid. Because people are mostly stupid. Don't you think?
And that's one way to get more listeners to the show.
Yes, you are. No, well, don't be that guy where just because you did, the movie didn't turn out the way you was expecting it to be, and it's all about subverting the expectations, right? So,
but isn't that pretty much
stupid.
The internet now? You know what I mean?
It is, yeah.
Like the whole Apple is slowing down your phone scenario. Anyway.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about that?
Well, nah, maybe next time. We've got better things to talk about in this episode.
All right, well, we're nearing the end of the year, Kelvin. I can't believe it. We had a whole bunch of episodes this year. Maybe less than 10.
Yeah, well, once a month is not too bad. Yeah,
so, I mean, I guess a few things happen in our lives we've been a bit slack, but I think 2018 we're going to try to kick it off again. We're sort of working through the technology issues. I think last episode, although we tried, but the quality wasn't that great. So apologies for some of the, I don't know, maybe sounded like I was in the bathroom when I was recording.
Like I was going for the sauna, all right? You know what? I never get appreciated. No, I'm kidding.
You're painting a picture for the audience here. Are you suggesting that we're in the sauna together recording?
That would be an incredible podcast.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, so some of the issues we're having is because we are actually dialing in remotely and talking over the interwebs. Yeah. I think hopefully this is going to work out pretty good. But for tonight or today, we're going to talk about all the things that's happened in 2017. What we liked, what we didn't like, what sucked. Basically, technology sucked in 2017, didn't it, Kelvin?
Pretty much. And more importantly, we're going to look back at our predictions from episode 83 and see if we got any right.
That's a whole 12 episodes ago. You're right. One a month.
Once a month, man. Come on.
Okay. So let's start off with some of the themes and memes of 2017. I sort of called out 4 things. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Just call it out, Kelvin. But I think in general, technology kind of sucked in 2017.
I really did. I mean, if you look at the phones and you have an iPhone. Wait, am I meant to say X or 10? I always get that confused.
Go 10. Yeah.
Okay. You have the iPhone 10.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much everything we expected. There was no surprises, almost. You know what I mean? No fingerprint, et cetera, But that sort of set the tone for technology. Nothing exciting happened. There was still talk of the Hyperloop. There was still talk of, sending people in space and nothing. Zitch, nada.
Sure. I mean, yes, that I think from that point of view, definitely things could have been better. But I think what I was trying to get at was that the whole technology space with whole thing about Uber and Facebook being kind of plagiarized and used fake news, and all that sort of stuff is pretty much where I was trying to head towards.
Right. So Silicon Valley sucks.
Yeah, Silicon Valley technology, that whole, I mean, I think just on the street, right? People are just saying, yeah, I'm over technology now. Just, not going to do any Twitter, or not that people did in the first place, maybe. There's a general, I don't know, like a feeling that, Silicon Valley has let everyone down this year.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think, the amount of money they were getting was bound to, get them to trouble. Uber grew so fast, so quickly. It never really formulated a culture. It never really formulated any values. And you're going to get that. You know what I mean? They were just these aggressive targets to go after. And when you want growth like that, you've got to let some things go.
Yep. And I think, I like what Tom Merritt says about technology in general, which is like, this is sort of the growing up part of technology, or the internet. Just all the new things that we've got in the last few years, like Uber, like convenience of, ordering a cab and stuff like that, has just sort of, we're just trying to figure out how to use it. And I think, the technology hasn't changed in the last, 2 years. It's just how we use it, maybe, and how people have found, back ways to manipulate data, and how information is spread out across the web and stuff like that. So anyway, hopefully this sort of bookends that, and 2018 is a lot better. Bit more happy news, happy beeps V8. Also, the second one for me was the rise of blockchain and crypto.
Yeah.
And fall, maybe just
and fall and rise and fall and rise and fall. It's a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, but if you look at the year as a whole, like when Bitcoin started at 2,000, I think, in January, and went up to peaked at 20,000. Is that right?
Yeah,
I think it's gone back down to 15.
Yeah, I think for me the rise was the Bitcoin going mainstream.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, I hear someone talk about Bitcoin at the office practically every day.
You know what got me was when I was in the US, I was like lining up to get
fried chicken.
Fried chicken? No, I was in the wilderness. Maybe I was trying to catch some birds. No, this was in Yellowstone, and I was waiting up to get into something, and the couple of guys were just talking about ether and mining ether. And I think, this is the moment. I'm in Yellowstone, waiting for the eclipse, and people are talking about mining.
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, for me, it was a friend of ours, Paul, trying to buy a video card, and video card prices were through the roof because people were buying hardware to try and mine more Bitcoin. I mean,
it's free money, man.
It's out of control.
Yeah. So I think that was definitely a theme. Also, another theme for me was smart speakers, or the Google Mini or the Alexas of the world. Not in Australia just yet, but I think that's pretty much gone mainstream now as well.
Yeah, pretty much. It was quite funny. I got my brother-in-law a Google Home Mini for Christmas, and I never really thought about this. But if I said the trigger words and I had a Pixel and a Google Home, would that trigger both devices?
Let's find out.
That's not. Okay. But you know what I mean? Like, it really depends on what you do with it. I think if your phone can pretty much do the same thing, depending on whether you're with Apple or Google or whatever it may be. Sure, it integrates with the Internet of Things, but you really need a lot more than just the speaker and the microphone that comes with that. So, yes, and it will probably sort of, I think, peter out a little bit.
Apple didn't get to release their whatever they're going to call it.
Yeah.
Apple Home, I think. Yeah. They didn't make the Christmas deadline, so they didn't even come into play this year. Yeah, so that's probably going to go to the next level next year, but we'll wait and see.
By the way, when you said smart speakers go mainstream, I thought it was speakers who are really smart, like people who are on TED and stuff.
Right, and Trump. Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow, there's a lot of double meaning in these ones. The last theme for me, and I think it sort of happened towards the end of the year, but basically Disney now owns everything. All your lives is, all your entertainment, everything, with the purchase of Fox.
I wonder if this was always the plan.
Whose plan?
Disney. For me, they came out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. It's been rumored and talked about over the whole year. I mean, like, I think people are gearing up for it. Now it's by no means it's a done deal because there's all these regulatory things that they have to go through. But yeah, I think as of the purchase of Fox or Fox properties, TV and movies, that's going to be like something like 36% of all entertainment revenue.
That's
like
nuts.
That's incredible. That's probably US centric, but I mean that is still nuts, right?
And they bought it for how much again? 50?
Was it 50? Yeah,
50 billion. That's nothing.
Yeah, I mean Star Wars is 4 or Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like X-Files is now part of Disney.
Yeah, I mean all you need is like 50, 60 good TV shows / movies, and you're pretty much even.
I think we do have a good episode ID coming up though, where we're gonna mash up a couple of pre-sale property versus Fox property. We could do one of those. I don't know, different episode. Yeah, like Pirates in the Caribbean with Nemo. Anyway, so that's sort of the 4 things. Anything that was missed there? Did you feel like?
I think it was quite a slow year, to be honest. It was more scandal than tech.
Yeah, totally agree. I think at some point, there's all these things that happen in our world as well. Like you had a baby and I moved and all that. But I think, I sort of got sick of it as well, I think, just back of my mind without really thinking about it. Yeah. All right. But there was some things in technology that happened. Good segue? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. So I've got some breakthrough items that, according to MIT Technology Review, one of our favorite publications. We'll just go through some of those. Okay, so self-driving trucks.
Yay!
We saw that in a movie, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Logan.
But that's Tesla has brought out their model. The truck model, and I think that's going to happen. So, although they're not on the road just yet, but that's just expected now. I think paying with your face.
I think this is a real thing. I shared a quick video on our Facebook page about Cali Burgers in California.
What burgers?
Cali, like California.
Cali.
Cali Burgers.
So
Cali. So when you go up to this terminal, just like the McDonald's one, where you can order your triple cheeseburger with extra cheese, it remembers because it's facial recognition.
Right.
So they're thinking of evolving that into payments.
Yeah, and Apple's already done it with the iPhone 10.
And apparently it's very popular in China.
Yeah, they love it.
Must be a WeChat thing.
Your face is a new QR code.
Which is better looking?
Next, we got the botnets of things. What the hell is that? Botnet. So it's like Internet of Things mixed with botnets or bots. Sorry. Okay. So I guess the chatbots are actual devices that's connected in the home.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this quickly in the last episode with Amazon Key, right? With
gotcha.
Robots taking over your house, basically, because they're just robots. How do robots talk to each other, right? So, for example, if I had a Nest and I had an Amazon Key, how are these things going to talk to each other? What if they cross? What if their wires get crossed? You know what I mean? And it sets my house on fire. So it will be interesting, especially when there's a lack of, uniformity in standards and things like that. Something is bound to happen.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the guy who was trying to work on that. I guess the protocol is probably what we're trying to look for here. But a common protocol, maybe that'll happen in 2018. Maybe I should put that in my predictions. But we'll just move on. The other thing I want to call out here in this article is the 360-degree selfie camera. So I think that's definitely taken off this year.
I haven't even seen one.
Yeah, but they're a lot cheaper. They're not big like 50 camera rigs that GoPro brought out maybe a couple of years ago. Now you just have a simple like Samsung 360 camera that you can take with you, like on a selfie stick. I saw a bunch of those in the US when I was traveling as well.
Really? Yeah, it might take off because in the recent Christmas sales, I remember seeing one and I was tempted. It was about $200, where you can stick it on your helmet and it does 360 sort of view. So if you get into touch with an accident or something, it just records everything.
Right.
I think that's a great use case.
Did you watch the movie Circle or The Circle?
Is that the one
with Hermione?
You mean Emma Watson?
Yeah,
no,
Emma Watson.
No, is it Watson?
Yeah, Emma Watson.
Yeah. No, I didn't. But apparently it's quite good.
I don't know if it's good, but like the whole, okay, I'm going to spoil it because no one's going to watch this, but it's based on a famous sci-fi book, but it's a bit Black Mirror-y in that like a Google-like company, like they produce a camera that is so small and can be like everywhere, stuck on places, and you can carry it around with you. So basically, with that, you just get all the information, and it's meant to stop crime and all sorts of things, but yeah, obviously it doesn't go to plan. Of course, yeah. It was one of those movies I think I watched on the plane. It really sucked. All right. I just want to talk about the terrible year that tech's had this year, just in Silicon Valley in particular. Obviously, it started with Uber and Travis being fired. I think it was there was a lady. I think the whole Me Too movement kind of happened with the one of the ex-employees sort of writing a Medium post about Uber, and because that's not really technology based, but the whole Me Too thing was it started from that. It's sort of like it's incredible how that gained momentum, isn't it?
Yeah, it snowballed, and then the Weinstein happened, and then the whole thing just collapsed.
Now you can't even float at work, Kelvin.
Oh.
Incredible. Yeah. Okay. What else happened? Apparently there was a delete Uber hashtag campaign that was going around. I don't know if you saw any of that.
Yeah, I did see a bit of that.
Yeah. Do you still use Uber?
Yeah. Well, I did a lot overseas, not so much locally.
Yeah, that's true. I can't remember the last time I used Uber, actually. It's not because I'm boycotting it necessarily. I think I'm just driving a bit more.
Yeah.
And catching public transport, I guess. The other big thing was Facebook and the allegations that Russians were meddling with the election that happened last year. All the fake accounts and how easy it is on Facebook to fool people, basically. Is that more of a Facebook problem, or is that problem on society itself?
Society and technology. I think technology is now one with society. I think it's all just going to come, crashing together. So I think, we're human, right? And when we build technology, it's just embedded into it.
Sure. And if you sort of take that analogy of technology just growing, we're going through the growing up period, and I think it's actually good that we're having these discussions and trying to, work things out as we go along, because, there's no rule book for this. I don't know, like it's very interesting how it's going to happen. We could see things being what's the word I'm trying to think of? Not sanctioned, but maybe you need a license to do everything in the future. You know what I mean? So that's probably one end of the spectrum that we don't want to go down. We do need a bit of freedom on the net, but how much freedom can we be trusted with?
Hey, net neutrality is going through its test right now in the US, so it'd be interesting to see what comes out of that.
That passed, didn't it, last week?
Oh, did it?
Yeah. So net neutrality is gone.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, end of the world.
Yes, well, I think America's just catching up with everything. We didn't have neutrality for a long time.
That's true.
I think probably not really worth covering the other things, but there's a good Guardian article that I'll link below on and everything from advertising gone wrong to pedophiles. There's all sorts of stuff. The Holocaust. Oh my God! Yeah, bad things happened this year.
Yeah.
All right. On to the good stuff then?
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay. You wanted to talk about the Play Stores?
Yeah,
the App Stores, yeah.
I think it's worth just looking in terms of what people did, in both the big app stores between Google and Apple. So, first of all, I'm going to give out what Google gave out. The awards for the best. So this is Google sort of judging all their apps and what's good. To be honest, I haven't seen a lot of these. Some I know, some I don't. For them, the standout indie was a game called Mushroom 11.
Mushroom 11.
Haven't tried it. The other one is in terms of the best Android Wear experience was Runtastic. I'm guessing because Strava is spending all that time in iOS. The best TV experience was Red Bull.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a funny one. The best VR experience is an app called the Virtual Reality.
Nice.
Yeah.
Using Daydream.
Yeah. This is the one we know. Best multiplayer game was Hearthstone.
Okay. Again.
Yep, again. The best app overall was Memrise. So it was about... Let's have a closer look at Memrise. It looks quite interesting. What does this do? Right. It does foreign language.
All right.
So learning different languages and things like that.
Memorize. Okay.
Yeah, get it? And Memrise. So yeah, I think a lot of Google's sort of focus was around design. I think that's where they lack. I think a lot of that in their apps compared to iOS. But if you look at the pure numbers, let's see what the people were doing. The best app for 2017 in terms of app downloads was Socratic. How to get help for your homework.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I'm serious. That was what Android users are doing. So I'm guessing the demographic for Android is going to be a lot lower, because they have cheaper phones, etc. So you're going to get more students, you're going to get more parents on it. So it kind of makes sense that was the best app for 2017. In terms of the best game, let's have a quick look. The best game for 2017 in the Google App Store was Cats.
Of course it was.
Short for Crash Arena Turbo Stars.
Oh, not Cats.
Have you tried that one?
I have not.
I have tried that one. It's actually not too bad. It's a very simple mechanic where you just build these little vehicles driven by cats and you just go head on with other users on the internet. It's easy fun, kills time, very well sort of thought out in terms of user experience, which is why I think it's winning. Give it a go if you haven't.
All right, on to Apple then.
Apple. So this obviously comes in two formats. The first one is Apple giving out awards, and what was the best of 2017, which was, downloads, etc. 1 second. Oh, my iPad's killing me. So this list is the apps chosen by the App Store editors in terms of what they think is the best. So there's Affinity Photo for iPad. There is Calm for the iPhone. Interesting. There are different editors for different countries, and they all pick different things.
All right.
So that's quite interesting. Let's have a look at the games, which is something that I think you and I do a lot more on our phone. Best game of the year was in China was Out of War, Red Tides. Frame 2, I played that a little bit. It was quite a cool game. So that was
on Apple TV. Yeah, I played that as well. I wasn't a fan. It's done by an Australian studio, by the way. It got a little bit too, I don't know, repetitive, I thought. But anyway,
it did.
It's an interesting idea.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea, especially if you're a comic book fan. I'm just going to quickly go through here. There were a couple of sort of puzzle type games like The Witness, which also earned it Game of the Year on Mac. And Game of the Year on iPad across multiple countries. So it kind of goes into the same sort of trend line with just tech being boring, really. Yeah. None of this is really sort of grabbing me. In terms of what was the trends of the year, this will be interesting. Yeah, so the editors chose the most download-worthy games and apps based on topics and different trends that were popular. So there were facial transformation type apps, workout apps, sustainability apps, mental health apps, how to save time, machine learning, which is quite interesting, swipe right for community, cooking, healthier, knowledge sharing, AR, machine learning, nothing out of the norm. So not much happening in the app stores, to be honest.
Yeah, we probably didn't have the our favorite apps as the category in our favorite things segment, which is coming up later. But to be honest, I think I didn't really explore too much in the App Store this year. Not sure why. I usually like to try games. I don't know about you, Kelvin. Did you get to try?
I think that's because when you look at all the apps on your phone right now, you probably use 10 all the time, and that's pretty much it. It's going to be very difficult, I think, in the coming years to make a dent as an app developer, because it's also sort of mainstream now. It's all so common. It's a commodity now. You just want to do something. You want to take a photo and share it. It's Instagram. If you want to, take some notes, there's probably 4 or 5 of those. There's nothing really new to try.
I think like 90% of the population would have like 5 apps, right? It would be Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, maybe email. What else? Messages.
Yeah.
What else do you need, really?
Yeah. What else?
If I can give a shout out to one app that I got obsessed at some points of the year, is a Quid. QUIDD. I got you onto that, didn't I?
You did.
For about 2 days.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain what it is. It's like a sticker collecting app.
Yeah, it kind of taps into your childhood sort of, basic need to collect stuff.
Trading cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you use that in messages?
Yes, I think because you get virtual coins every day, or if you go into the app every day, I think every 4 hours you get coins. And with those coins, you can open packs, and it's very skeuomorphic in the design. Like you actually physically open like a plastic pack with cards or stickers in it, and it's a very tactile, not tactile, but like virtually tactile experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used to love that feeling of what am I going to get? Doesn't come with the bubble gum, unfortunately, like the real life trading card packs. But I still do it every day, collecting my Rick and Morty cards. That is a thing. What else about the App Store? I think it's the usual with both app stores, right? It's focus on design. I think there's a lot of practical use in both app stores. I mean, I sort of buy several like to-do apps every year. Always fall for that. I use them for about a week and then shut them down. But I'm always intrigued by how designers come up with new ways of doing things on a touchscreen.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's move on to our favorite things for the year, because there were a few things.
Do you want? How do we do this? Do you go 1 to 1, or do you want to go first?
I've got 4 categories here, so let's just do one each.
Okay, let's go.
So the first category is a particular event or some travel thing that we did this year. Yep. Let's start off with that. So for me, I'll go first. It was the Great American Solar Eclipse in August, I think.
Yeah.
That was pretty spectacular to be there. The whole country was talking about it. I believe some talk was happening here as well. But to see just that the sky go dark in middle of the day, and you sort of see a hole in the sky. It's like a black hole in the sky. That was pretty spectacular, and I would recommend anyone do that.
Isn't it happening here soon in 2024 or 5 or something?
Very soon in 2028.
2028.
Yeah.
All right.
Your daughter will be 11.
Yeah, episode 800. Obviously for me, a good segue is my baby. So I think that is obviously the event that eclipsed all other events in my life. Hey, see what I did there? In 2017, and one to remember for the rest of my life.
Yes. All right, let's talk about our favorite purchases. Something that sort of meant the most to us. So we're going to sort of stick to technology here. So mine was, I'm going to pick Oculus Controllers. I had hands in VR. I think that was very early in the year. But yeah, it makes the experience a million times better.
Yeah, and you know what? It just shows you how VR has matured. I mean, the fact that we have 4 or 5 friends who have it as well just shows you how much VR has grown in 2017.
Yeah, and DJ, if you're listening, I'm still waiting for you to hit us up on Star Trek. What is the Star Trek game called? That thing that we play.
Command room. No, that's so bad.
The bridge deck.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. What was yours?
For me, I was thinking about what I use practically every day, and that's going to have to be my watch, which is a Garmin Forerunner 235. Mm-hmm. Can't say I run a lot anymore, but in terms of having an all-in-one device that does, my heart rate, GPS, it connects to my bike sensors, it's on my wrist all the time. I only have to charge it once a week. It pretty much is great value for what it does, and I'm starting to cycle a bit more now, and I truly appreciate what it can do.
Nice. Hang on, is that the one I've got as well? 235.
I think you do. I think you got one up on that.
Oh, really?
What
Okay.
what happened to that watch?
It's sitting in that drawer that, where tech things go to die.
Can you just wear it on the other wrist? Anyway.
I think I did that for the first week, didn't I?
You
Anyway.
did.
All right, next category. So films and TV. I'm going to just focus on films because I didn't watch much TV. In no particular order, the top three, I sort of racked my brain thinking about this today. I'm going to go with Wind River, which I'll talk about in a sec, Dunkirk, and Spider-Man Homecoming, in no particular order. I just couldn't split them. But Wind River was something I saw at the Sydney Film Festival, and it's sort of been in the cinemas recently, I think. It stars Jeremy Renner. And actually, this was the whole reason why I decided to go to America, because this was set in Wyoming. Wind River is a Indian reservation place.
It was that snow movie.
It was, yeah. Hang on, did you watch it as well?
No, I saw the trailer.
Yeah. No, it's done by I forget the director's name, of course, but he's done he did that Mexican drug cartel movie a couple of years ago. What was that?
Sicario.
Yeah, he did that.
I want to.
Yeah,
that guy.
That guy. Travis someone? Trevor? Anyway.
There is no director in the world called Travis, I swear to God.
Yeah, you want to make a bet? Okay.
M. Night Shyamalan. No.
Yeah, Dunkirk. Now, did you get to say that one?
No, I didn't.
Dunkirk, yeah, it's brilliant. Like, classic Chris Nolan. I know the director for this one. Yeah, just, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. The direction, the timing, the editing, the sound effects, just everything about it was just perfect, inch perfect. It's a very short movie as well. Yeah. And Spider-Man, I loved it. Then there was one sort of superhero movie this year where I sort of like became like a kid again, because it was just so fun to watch and seeing like a real Peter Parker on the big screen.
Yeah, no, even though the twist was quite predictable, I thought the acting was good. I thought Michael Keaton killed it. I watch most of my movies on a plane now, so it even did well on the small screen. Yeah,
I'm going to give a couple of mentions, honourable mentions here, because they sort of deserve to be up there as well. But Get Out, which was a horror/comedy by God,
the brother.
Yeah, that guy.
Peele.
Yes.
Peele. Thank you.
Just Peele.
Not and the other guy.
Logan was another one, and I'm gonna say The Last Jedi, Kelvin. I think The Last Jedi will stand the test of time. I think eventually it'll go down as the best Star Wars.
Ooh.
Better than Empire. I'm gonna call it. I think once people settle down and actually just watch the damn movie, and just like the second time around, I swear, like every decision that Rian Johnson made, I totally agree with. Even the Harry Potter scenes.
Yeah.
They're slightly too long, but the second viewing, it wasn't long at all. It was like maybe 5 minutes of it. But yeah, I'm gonna call it. Maybe this is a future prediction, but it's gonna be go down as the greatest Star Wars. Yeah. Anyway,
just quickly on your list, I would have put Logan on top of Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For me personally.
Yeah, they're very different kind of movies.
Totally
and,
different.
I will talk about Logan in my predictions segment, but that's totally doable as well.
Yeah. So for me, it was obviously a very hectic year. So there was always going to be more Netflix than movies in 2017. So I thought I'd quickly list out my sort of top sort of streamed TV shows of 2017 for me. In no particular order, there was Dark, the German sort of time traveling show, a sci-fi show on Netflix. For me, Stranger Things 2 didn't really capture my imagination this year. So thankfully, Dark was on Netflix, and it was really pretty good. I mean, it can get a bit confusing because time traveling is confusing,
Ooh,
but it's quite fascinating. You should check it out if you haven't seen it.
I'm probably going to like it if there's time
Yeah,
travel.
I think you will love it. There's a bit of a X-Files feel to it as well, with all these hidden figures and people trying to figure everything out and multiple jumps in time. Check it out.
A bit like Fringe as well.
I would say yes, but it sort of involves teenagers a lot more, so there's more innocence to it.
Yeah.
Not so much sort of planned out agendas and sort of smoking men type scenarios, but more how would kids handle time travel, and it was quite sad actually. So the next one for me is obviously going to be a bit lighter. It's Rick and Morty season 4, 3, 4.
Bit lighter.
Yeah,
season 3.
Season 3 compared to Dark, you know what I mean? I think there were funny bits in it. It made me watch sort of 1, 2, and 3, you know what I mean? Over and over again, just to try and get all the little plot holes. Because it's so well written, right? It's
season
crazy.
3 was really dark, by the way.
I know. I mean, compared to season 1 and 2, but overall, it was still funny. And you know what I mean? It had its moments.
Sure.
And obviously, Game of Thrones on Foxtel. Was it the best season? Probably not. But you know what I mean? It just brings out,
What are we up to now?
8.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got a lot of catching up to do. Wait, 8? I think it's 8. Game of Thrones is good fun. You know what I mean? You sit back, you sort of, you have to watch it because you're so committed to it now, except for you, Geoff. Where, you just want to see it through, and there's one more season to go and we're done. So, you know what I mean? You just got to do it. You just got to do it.
A lot of the actors and the characters end up on a Star Wars movie then.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Let's move on to games. So I'm going to be pretty boring. I think this year I sort of made a conscious effort to play more games just so that I could review it for the end of year podcast episode. But I still stuck with sports-based NBA 2K18, and I think I still played a lot of Civ 6 at the start of the year, so I'm going to put that there. The expansion is coming out, I think, in January, so I'm pretty excited for that.
So for me, I had no time to play any games whatsoever. I still play Overwatch once in a while. Just play on my phone and iPad and everything. As I was doing a bit of research for this segment, I was just watching different sort of gaming shows, and I think unanimously everyone gave it to Zelda on Nintendo Switch.
Looks so beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. So you know what? I just thought that was had to be mentioned, but nothing from me personally. It just wasn't that sort of year.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right, now we're going to go into predictions. Yes, we did this last year as well, and we're going to talk about how we went for the 2017 predictions. How should we do this?
We should do with our time traveling sound that I prepared. All right, are you ready to travel back to episode 83?
Let's do it. Ooh. Yes. Hey, it's 2017. The world is a beautiful place, and the start of the year.
Here we were, hopeful and everything. I'm
guessing
it's December. When did we do that episode? Anyway.
Actually, no. Trump was just made elected, and
I think that's why we were angry.
Okay.
So, shall we go through your predictions first?
Sure. Okay. My first prediction for 2017 was the Google Assistant will get a new name and be rebranded.
What do we want again? Georgina or something? What was it?
Georgie,
yes.
Googly, yeah.
Google A.
That did not happen.
No.
That did not happen. So, bing-bong.
That was
you needed a sound effect for that one, yeah.
I know.
I think they're going to stick with it now, so unfortunately. Okay. Should we go internal? I'll just finish mine, okay?
Yeah, finish
in 2017, there will be a headline about some new tech or incident, equating it to something that happened in the show Black Mirror.
What do you think?
Well, I don't think it happened, but I think I did read articles about some drone bees, which was covered in the last season. Actually, the new season's out today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. I might have to watch those. And I think the whole, what's the actress that you hate? Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes.
Her episode where it was like Uber reviews for everything.
Yeah, like the whole cloud thing.
almost became like a social contract sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So, that's happening in China.
Yeah.
Although I don't think headlines haven't really surfaced, but I think, those two stories have sort of been on the tech news circles. So I'm going to give myself maybe a quarter of a mark.
I'll give it to you.
Okay, a quarter. Okay, thank you. Now, this is definite no. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 will double its output of Volume 1 and be the biggest grossing Marvel movie of all time. That definitely did not happen. Oh, well, I actually didn't mind the movie. I think I do get emotional in that ending part still, but it just didn't resonate with the audiences out there.
It had good, very sort of isolated scenes, but the story was too weak.
Bit too samey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I got a quarter point out of 3. How did you go?
All right. So first, my first one was Android O will be called Oatmeal, which I didn't get.
But you did say Oreo.
I did, but I think at the end of that episode I went, you know what? Screw it. I'm going with Oatmeal.
Oh, yeah.
So I shot myself in the foot there.
I'll give you half for that one.
You're too generous. The second one did happen. Amazon will come to Australia, which it did. Thankfully, I
just made it.
Just made it, December 6th.
Yeah.
Just made it. The last one was a no-go. Jeff Bezos from Amazon to buy Twitter. That didn't happen. So it'll be interesting to see if all the rumor mill starts spinning up again in terms of who wants to buy Twitter.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe we'll talk about that in the next segment, 2018. But no, that did not happen in 2017. Why don't we? I'll just put my tongue back in my mouth. Go to your predictions 2018.
Yep. So I'm gonna go with tradition, and I'm gonna say Android P will be called Popscicle.
I think you're on the mark there.
Yeah. So
it kind of looks like an Android already, like a green popsicle.
Exactly. I think I don't know. I think this time it's going to be too easy, or I could be wrong entirely, because the rest on the Android Central article I will share in the show notes sound way too silly, like pound cake.
Yeah, pecan pie. I could go with that.
Pastille.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about pastille. Pancake.
Everyone loves pancakes.
Profiterole.
Too hard to say.
Puff pastry doesn't really. It's not a candy.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe pecan pie. Okay, so that's my first one. I'm sort of going to cheat a little bit this year and just quickly fire off a couple of phone ones. I've got 3 of them that I think we can roll it up into one, and you can give me a third point for each at the end of 2018.
Interesting.
For me, there will be no. The iPhone 9 will look exactly like the iPhone 10.
Yeah. Is that a prediction though?
Is it
going to happen, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. It depends on whether Apple wants to play safe, right? And continue
Will they call it the iPhone 9 though?
Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing, right?
Yeah.
X Mini. So yeah, I think for me, I think they're going to go all out. I shared a pretty cool sort of video as well that Apple is going to buy 200 million OLED panels from Samsung for 2018. So I think they're going to go all in with this whole bleeding sort of OLED panel type thing. So you won't get fingerprint ID anymore, which is going to be quite interesting. For me, the last prediction is probably another safe one, is Pixel 3 will be entirely made by Google.
Ooh, safe, you say?
Yeah, safe in the sense that they're going to depend on HTC, they're not going to depend on Huawei.
How are they even going to do that?
So they do have an acqui-hire from HTC, so they have the people, and you know what, they can do what Apple does and just buy panels from Samsung or LG and buy the other internals from all these different manufacturers and start putting it together. They have to start doing that.
All right, so it's going to be like the Apple model where they design things in-house, but they'll get one of the big Chinese... who makes the iPhones? It's Foxconn, something like that. Is that what you're saying? Okay, all right. And, that's possible.
You're going to have to excuse my baby crying in the background.
Hi, Maddie.
And my next one is Elon Musk will send a person to space.
What, next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I should correct that. Living thing.
A living thing.
He might send a monkey. I don't know, but I want him to send someone in 2018. I think he can do it.
So, like as a tourism thing,
no, as a
or
test,
like actually
test to see if the person comes back.
Right. Right, because SpaceX hasn't had people go up to space
not yet.
Oh, right.
It's only been, It's only been things.
It'll be some mission just to test it out.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you're saying.
Send ants up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See if they come back funny.
Yeah, I think, will that be on the BFR? Will that be ready in time?
Oof, I hope so.
Okay.
December by next year. I'm happy with that.
BFR is in the big effing rocket, by the way. That's what they're calling it. Yeah, your next one.
And my next one is Apple will launch a whole new product category.
Wow.
Can I get away with that?
The eye prick. No.
What?
I was thinking of a word that starts with P.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Any ideas? What? Eye product?
I think you had a good one earlier. We were just chatting about. What were we just chatting about? You said Apple would come up with. I don't know. There's talk of them coming up with a folding phone. It's been out there. But what about? Apple Home.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a new category though.
Well, they've already announced it, so
yeah, that doesn't really count. I don't know. I just want them to do something crazy. That's my big bet for Apple. I mean, I'm kind of bored of them.
The iCar.
The iCar. Oh, you never know.
The iBus, the iTruck. Yeah.
I just wanted to announce something cool. Whether it be a replacement for the Mac Mini and it's a totally different kind of device. I want to be, surprised.
Okay, I might have an answer for you there.
All right,
Kelvin, because is that
that's it.
Pretty good. Okay. I'll go with my three ones. I'll start with Apple. So I think they announced this year that they're going to invest $1.2 billion US on entertainment or some TV show thing. So just to give you an idea, Netflix currently invests $7 billion. So not close to that, but you would think out of those, one will be a hit. So I'm going to say my prediction is that Apple will produce a hit TV show in 2018.
Wait. Define hit as in make money.
Okay, so I was going to I'm going to say that hit as in, in the public's eyes. So I think if it's something like Stranger Things or Rick and Morty, that's definitely a hit. If it's more like, the OA, maybe not so much a hit. Because the OA it's a cool show, but has to be popular and it's got to be part of pop culture and people will be doing cosplay and stuff like that. No one's going to be cosplaying the OA person, are they?
No.
I've seen some people do those dances, but or the movements. Was that the movements? So I think that's my prediction. Maybe not so quantifiable, but I don't know. If I sort of equated to Stranger Things level of popularity, is that
okay?
Is that
No, we can do that.
Yeah. So on top of that, maybe kind of somewhat, related to that is that there'll be sort of, I don't know, winds of rumors about the whole Apple and Netflix partnership. I think Apple's on its way to announcing a streaming service. I don't think that'll happen 2018, but I think it's going to start with some sort of partnership. But yeah, I mean, just in the way, Netflix are producing amazing shows right now, everything is a hit basically, right?
I wish Apple all the best because they don't really have a good sort of history with anything cloud-based.
Oh, in terms of streaming service?
That's right.
But I'm talking about the actual, content, right? Because now they're getting into the content game, which they haven't. I mean, last year they did Planet of the Apps with Will.i.am. That didn't, can't say that was a hit.
No.
I don't think it lasted a whole season.
No, you said Will.i.am. So, that's all you need.
The hit maker.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one. My second one will be, can't believe I'm going to say this, but Zuckerberg will announce that he's running for presidency of the United States 2020.
Hey.
At the end of the year. He's going to announce it December, probably late December.
Worse has happened.
The
question is,
really?
who's going to be his vice?
It's going to be
I know Parmalucky.
Yeah, yep. I should be so lucky. Yeah, go with that one. Anyway, that's my sort of wild idea out there, and he sort of came up with it 5 minutes before the recording of this episode. My third one is definitely quantifiable. Logan, the movie, will be the first superhero movie to be nominated for an Oscar in the category of Best Picture.
Ooh,
and
R-rated movie. Ooh.
Yes. Has that happened before?
I don't know.
It's happened before. So I think we're going to know pretty soon as well because nominations are 23rd of January.
Wow.
So I'm locking that one in.
Okay, lock it in. I would love it if that happened because it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if the Academy is ready for comic book movies to really step in like this.
Yeah, I mean, like, we say it's a comic book movie, superhero movie, but is it really? I mean, the director, did some amazing stuff like, Walk the Line, some other stuff that I can't think of right now. But yeah, I think, out of all of them, this, it was like heartbreaking. It had a story. It was a father and daughter kind of relationship. And, I think also Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, he gave a really, really stirring performance as well.
He did.
So I think, like direction, acting, everything, even the little girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like little girls have been known to win Oscars before too. So, that's one we'll find out very shortly.
Cool.
Yes.
I think we
should wrap it up.
Yeah, I think you can get more than a quarter of a point with your predictions.
Maybe half.
Maybe half. And go big.
Go big. All right. So with that, we're going to close the year 2017, and it's been quite a depressing year. But I think 2018 is a little bit more hopeful. Once we finally grow up and, be nice to each other. So if you wanted to get in touch with us, you can do so by emailing us on thelazycouch@gmail.com. That's right, isn't it?
The Lazy Couch Podcast.
Oh, damn it. No one emails us anyway. You can also tweet at us on @thelazycouch.
Yep.
Question mark.
What's going on?
Facebook.com/thelazycouch. Is also another way you can contact us.
Yeah.
Save me, Kelvin. Save me.
Just Geoff.kim so thelazycouch.com is the website. You'll find everything there, to be honest.
Yes, or just shout at us, at our doorsteps. And with that, Geoff out.
Kelvin. We need to write the outro.
Oh, I thought I could do it, but I couldn't remember the things. What is our Facebook thing?
thelazycouch.com/chatroom.
Oh, no, but what about our Facebook page?
I don't know, man. I just tell people to search for us on Instagram and Facebook. I don't tell people. I don't give people URLs.
No, we do have a.
Yes, we do. I just don't know what it is. We do have a short URL.
Okay.
Yeah,
I forgot about the search thing. I should just say, just search the Lazy Couch.
Yeah, you forgot about search. What the hell, man?
Yeah, damn it, SEO. Who's our SEO guy?
I don't know. You fire him.
We should.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.